Ever seen one of those hopecore edits on that TikTok app the youngsters use? I saw one the other day, and once again, a light bulb physically manifested over my head. I asked my dearest viewers to send me songs that give them hope, songs that put a wide, toothy grin on their face, and today, I'm going to rank them on this tier list here, based on how happy and hopeful they made me. Without further ado, let's hop into the first track. The Small Man says Daibutsu by Sunbeam Sound Machine. The entire song simply sounds like a psychedelic good time. It was a pretty great track. It felt very dreamlike, I would say. Just very psychedelic bliss-coated from beginning to end, I would say. Everything's very warm, very colorful sounding. It's a really easy song to kind of lose yourself in. I'd say vibes are high. AB2PP8 says Caught Up in You by 38 Special. Just a really freaking good, feel-good song. This is good. This is good fun for sure. Very big chorus that instantly kind of puts you in a better mood, I think. It's a very catchy track, I think. Hard not to smile while listening to it. I'm going to put it at the top of Vibes Are High. It's a classic. Aaron MWW says it's like Soul Man by Guided by Voices. It's pretty catchy stuff, I think. Extremely lo-fi, very strangely mixed, I thought, but very energetic simultaneously. Has this very charming, carefree feeling throughout, I think. It doesn't overcomplicate anything. Just kind of loud and abrasive, but in a good way. It's a fun time. I'm going to say kind of happy from me. Emily Mendoza says Summertime Girls by Y&T. It's exactly like driving around with the windows down on a cool summer day with a nice cold Coca-Cola in the car. Peak summertime energy, ridiculously catchy chorus. Doesn't try to be anything more than it is. It's just a great feeling song. Tons of fun. Top of Vibes Are High. Papi Crisp says Las Habladurías del Mundo by Pescado Rabioso. As a non-Spanish speaker, this song is pure vibes. You could be singing about some fucked up shit, but I don't know. Hopefully that accent didn't confuse you, because I don't speak Spanish. But even without understanding the lyrics, it does feel very uplifting. The instrumentation completely carries that kind of emotion, I think. Really warm psychedelic sound to it. Has very inviting atmosphere, I think. Pure vibes, honestly. Vibes are high. I'm gonna go behind Summertime Girls. Mr. Jarkle7378 says Don't Stop Till You Get Enough by Michael Jackson. The first of his songs, so listened to at about 5 years old, and it always had that feeling of wanting to get up and dance until you couldn't anymore. One of the easiest songs to dance to ever made. I'll agree with that take. I like that sentiment. Michael's energy is just completely infectious. It's very hard not to smile. Every instrument is locked into the groove. Just impossible to stay still listening to this one. You gotta boogie. You gotta at least wiggle a finger. An all-time disco classic. I'm smiling through it all. John RE7 says Jesus Christ Pose by Soundgarden. This isn't very joyful, I don't think. Lyrics are dark, but there is something incredibly cathartic, I think, about how kind of explosive the song is. Chris Cornell delivers a fantastic vocal performance, very adrenaline-coated from beginning to end. Makes you want to run as fast as you can through a wall just to see what'll happen. I don't think happy is the word here, though. I'm gonna go Linus Tech Tips. Uncle Dip says It's in the Way You Use It by Eric Clapton. It's a very warm track, and it creates a very optimistic atmosphere as well. Simple message delivered incredibly well, I think. Clapton's guitar work is as smooth as always. When that guy was cooking, he was cooking. Just a really easy song to throw on, feels effortlessly positive. I'm gonna go top of Vibes Are High. So hold my hands and dance with me tonight. I'm Late to School says Jupiter by Spillage Village. I think this is exactly what you're looking for. This is maybe that. Very warm and hopeful song, I think. The production feels very bright and uplifting. And everybody on this track sounds like they're having a good time. It's very easy to get wrapped up in that energy. The vibes are fantastic. But it's almost a little stomp clap-esque, no? Not my favorite track. I don't know. It was fun. Back of Kinda Happy. Bozo Man Lol says Isn't She Lovely by Stevie Wonder. I heard that Stevie was planning to release some music from the Songs in the Key of Life era and was reminded of this song. It's amazing. Goat answer from this young man right here. One of the happiest songs ever written, bar none. You can almost hear how much fun Stevie was having and just how happy this guy was when he wrote this track. The celebration of fatherhood just comes through perfectly. Celebration of life from Stevie. Such a beautiful melody as well. It's impossible not to smile. Go on top of smiling through it all. Aquafontaine says Feel Good Hit of the Summer by Queens of the Stone Age. It's fast, energetic, it's about everybody's favorite pastime. Don't think we can say that on YouTube. Absolutely ridiculous song in the best possible way. Just non-stop energy. Doesn't pretend to be deeper than it is. Very little to tackle here lyrically, but it's just very energetic. It's pure controlled chaos, I think. Really fun listen. I'm gonna go top of Kinda Happy though. A little drug addict coded, no? Future Tense says Talk of the Town by the Pretenders. Really bittersweet, but I think incredibly comforting at that same time. Beautiful melodies throughout. The vocals are really, really good here, I think. And it has this nostalgic kind of warmth to it. Easy song to get lost in. Very immersive. Good stuff. I'm gonna go back of Vibes Are High. Greater Seraph says Hearts on Fire by Hammerfall. It's music that makes you say, hell yeah. Bonus points for the alternate music video where the band tries to take on the Swedish women's Olympic curling team and gets their asses kicked. I don't think I need to see that. Sounds like some shit that Strangely Fast Blue Hedgehog would have in the background of one of those weird AMVs, but it's certainly some good power metal, I'd say. I hear the hell yeah energy, I suppose. I'm gonna go back of Vibes Are High. My vibes are high. Mr. Man says Because We Can by Bon Jovi. This is okay. Stadium rock through and through, I would say. Feels a little engineered to be successful. The chorus is solid. The optimistic message helps. It's fun, but it's not prime Bon Jovi, I wouldn't say. It sounds very dated. Sounds like an old man kind of giving it one more crack, and I don't know if he hit it too hard. I'm gonna go top of Kinda Happy. Leo Paquer says Where the Lines Overlap by Paramore. Possible not to have a huge toothy grin while listening to this one. One of my 762 favorite Paramore songs. I'll say this is one of the happier Paramore songs I've heard for sure. Hayley Williams absolutely tears shit up here, as she simply always does. The energy never lets up here. Very infectious chorus, I think. Just a great time. Just a goddamn great time. I'm going back a smiling through it all. Harry Koo 22-1 says Dream Police by Cheap Trick. This is a good classic rock song right here. Huge hooks everywhere. Great guitar work throughout. Easy song to throw on any time, I think. Pretty accessible. Vibes are high. I'll go behind 38 Special. Unwound enjoys this Age of Consent by New Order. One of those songs that flawlessly bring the vibes, with also having a pretty sad and melancholic theme. Also perfectly encapsulates the time period. First song I listened to driving with my friends after graduation. One of the greatest bass lines I've ever heard in my goddamn life, I'll say that much. Somehow sounds a little euphoric, but also, as Joy Division and New Order often seem to do, sound a little melancholic. Perfect encapsulation of the 80s, though. This I can agree with. Very atmospheric track. I'm miserable, though. I'm feeling pretty miserable. Lyrically, this isn't much fun. Great track, but this is a downer. This is miserable stuff. Skamonic says Cobra by Geese. Reminds me of when I graduated. Perfect summer song. Such a fun modern rock track, I think. One of the songs I would point to when people say Geese are the future of rock. It's a little overzealous, but people say that, right? Tons of youthful energy, really addictive groove, and just great vibes all around. This is good stuff. This is what Geese is all about. I'm going to go Vibes Are High behind Eric Clapton. Cyborg 4234 says On a Good Day by Joanna Newsom. Exactly what the title promises, no? It's a very warm and comforting listen. Joanna's songwriting feels incredibly genuine, incredibly personal here. It's very peaceful. One of her more uplifting songs, at least that I've heard. She's usually fairly upset about something. I'll go Vibes Are High above Pretenders. Holiday Make says, Isn't It Time by the Babies? It's another arena rock kind of coded track, I would say. Very optimistic, though, from start to finish. Feels built for singing along to, almost. Another Journey-esque song. Is that a crazy thing to say? A great driving song. It's a good time. I'm having fun. I'm going Vibes Are High behind Geese. Untote13 says, Cross, I Believe in You by Violet Pony. I don't know much about this artist, but I do know that one album cover. But this is a really heartfelt song, I think. It's very hopeful and encouraging. Gradually builds into something very beautiful by the end of it, and a very uplifting message to go with it. Leaves you feeling better than when you started, or it did for me. Vibes are high, behind the Pretenders. The Mighty Midas says Alive by Pearl Jam. Straight up sonic antidepressants. Kind of true, kind of based. One of the most empowering rock songs ever written, I think. Eddie Vedder sounds absolutely incredible here. One of his best performances. The guitar solo is damn legendary. And just a very uplifting message, man. Just good stuff. Peak stuff. Inspiring track. I'm going to go smiling through it all behind Stevie. GP84 says Shaking Hand by Women. This is good stuff too. Really hypnotic atmosphere, I would say. Has this weird comforting feeling to it. Great guitar work throughout. Very easy to get absorbed by this track. Very atmospheric, very immersive. Very unique sound too. It's a banger track. Not really sure how happy I am, but this is good. I'll go kinda happy behind Queens of the Stone Age. Emerald Dragon says Sir Duke by Stevie Wonder. Another appearance from the GOAT. Pure musical joy on this entire record, and this song's no different. Every instrument sounds like it's fucking smiling at me. Stevie's energy is completely contagious here. One of the greatest celebrations of music itself ever written. It's just impossible not to love this song. If you meet a hater of this song, send him my way. I'll give him a knuckle sandwich. I'm gonna go behind Isn't She Lovely for the king of vibes. Kevin the Lord 5343 says Smiling Days Summer Holiday by Fishmans. I think the title says it all again. Very laid-back, summery atmosphere going on here. Fishmans always knew how to make music feel very weightless, very floaty. It's just a very peaceful listen. Makes everything feel like it might just be alright. I'm gonna go back of Smiling Through It All. Not my favorite track off the record. Daz underscore says She Bangs the Drums by Stone Roses. Such a good happy song. Type of song that makes me think about Mysto in a way. Huh? One of the happiest guitar riffs ever written. Everything kind of sparkles here. The vocals are absolutely fantastic. It's kind of Britpop before Britpop was even a thing. It's got a great vibe to it. It's fantastic stuff. I'm liking this a lot. I'm gonna go top of Vibes Are High. Northwest Rain 2399 says When You Were Young by The Killers. Shout out Guitar Hero 3. This is good stuff. The Killers, I think, when they were in their bag, were dominating, man. Brandon Flowers absolutely fucking belts out some shit on this track. Feels nostalgic, maybe that's the time I grew up in, but it's a very iconic track, I think. Reminds me of when I was a wee young lad, back in 1923. Absolute anthem of a track. I'm gonna go Smiling Through It All, behind Paramore. J Willie 022 says Lift by Radiohead. Bold to put Radiohead in the Happy Songs video, but I guess. Crazy to think this was left off OK Computer. I'd like to address that first. Why the fuck does electioneering exist? Much brighter than most Radiohead songs for sure, I would say. Really comforting melody. Tom sounds as incredible as he typically did in that era. Leaves you feeling strangely hopeful, I think. But it is Radiohead, and I'm still fairly depressed. But like I said, one of their more optimistic works. If it had to be Radiohead, this makes sense. I'm gonna go top of Kinda Happy. Drew Gazer Productions says Alive with the Glory of Love by Say Anything. Everything that's going on in the world right now, a song that's about the lead vocalist's grandparents literally rebelling and surviving redacted Germany, is super uplifting. A very uplifting message for sure, especially considering the subject matter. But very explosive track, I think. Vocals feel very passionate here, very personal, and I do like that a lot. It's a celebration of surviving against impossible odds. It's an inspiring track, regardless of the subject matter, I suppose. I'm gonna go Vibes Are High, above 38 Special. MRA Drip Kid Miguel says Semi-Charmed Life by Third Eye Blind. These are my goats. One of the catchiest songs ever, despite what it's actually about. We won't talk about it. Bright, sunny production. Impossible not to sing along to. It just screams late 90s summer. Not that I was there, but I assume it does. Incredible pop rock song from one of my GOAT 90s albums. They don't make it like this no more. I'm gonna go above Pearl Jam, Smiling Through It All. Axelay X02 says Learning to Live by Dream Theater. Without filters, this song saved my life after a heavy depression I felt 3 years ago. I'd like to highlight the F-sharp note that James Labrie hit shortly after the 650 mark, followed by Petrucci's solo. My 7th favorite song of all time. That was a lot to take in. Really emotional journey, I would say. Dream Theater, not typically a band I think of when I'm smiling through it all. But I think this is a happy song for sure. The payoff at the end is unbelievable, I would say. It feels genuinely triumphant. Definitely one of my favorite Dream Theater tracks. Not that I've heard a crazy amount, but I like this a lot. I'm gonna go Vibes Are High, above Pretenders. Ilkakas 007 says Sunday Morning by Maroon 5. It's an effortlessly smooth track. I'm a hater of Maroon 5 and the Big 26, but let's not pretend that Songs About Jane is a bad album. Let's not rewrite history. Adam Levine here does sound pretty damn good. Really relaxing groove. Perfect song you just throw on and sit back, relax. Take it easy. Very easy track to listen to. I'm gonna go Vibes Are High, behind Eric Clapton. Jonathan Luffing says On and On by Cartoon. Nostalgia can't be beat, bro. I think it can be beat, probably. This is definitely pure nostalgia. It instantly takes me back to those old YouTube intros when you were trying to find a Photoshop tutorial. Really uplifting EDM production, for sure. It's a fun track from beginning to end, but not like, I don't know. Let's take the nostalgia out the picture. I think my smile isn't quite as wide. I'm gonna go vibes are high, behind the green one. The What Show says Float On by Modest Mouse. Instant mood lift every time. Bravo, Isaac. One of the most optimistic songs ever written, especially coming from Modest Mouse, who typically wants to ruin your day. Very simple and powerful message. Isaac Brock somehow makes optimism sound believable here. I think it means a lot coming from a guy who's always kind of just down. Very comforting chorus, instant mood booster, absurdly peak. What can I say? I'm smiling through it all. Behind Third Eye Blind. Skeeter1307 says Flutes of Chi by Ween. Ween mentioned, one of Ween's warmest songs for sure, especially off of White Pepper. Such a peaceful psychedelic atmosphere created here, very booming song. Beautiful harmonies throughout, really calming listen. Feels like everything's going to be okay again. I'm going to go smiling through it all, above Fishman's. Adva Yagerwall 8 says Starman by David Bowie. Happiest song I've ever listened to. It just puts a huge smile on my face no matter how my day is going. Pure wonder from beginning to end for sure. Bowie sounds fantastic on this whole album, but this song especially. And a very uplifting melody for sure. Makes you feel like anything's possible. It's one of the greatest feel-good songs ever written, I would say. I'm gonna go smiling through it all, in between the Stevies. Bakasai says Crazy Sunshine by The Pillows. Pillows is my favorite band to listen to when I'm in a bad mood. It's literally impossible to be upset while listening to their music. Such an upbeat banger. Exactly the kind of song you throw on when you're having a rough day, I would say. Ridiculously upbeat, tons of energy, very infectious chorus. Impossible not to have fun here. This is just good. This is just great stuff. I'm gonna go vibes are high, behind Geese. Marino's 1409 says Luna by the Smashing Pumpkins. I don't know about this one, fellas. Really soft and kind of comforting track, I suppose, compared to a lot of their work. Billy Corgan does sound incredibly sincere here. The lyrics are beautiful. Gorgeous melody throughout. Such a peaceful little love song on the right day. But I'm sad, I think. Right up the Yurner's alley. Hit or miss, I'm going to say. I'm going to go top of This Is Miserable for today. RJ Scooper says We Major by Kanye West. I personally believe that if you take away all of his recent activities, Kanye is one of the most uplifting and inspiring come-up stories in hip-hop. Oftentimes when a lot of artists do a victory lap, it doesn't feel earned, but when I hear Kanye brag and talk about his successes in this song, I never feel like it's unearned, and I'm rooting for him up until the end of the song when I remember what Kanye would go on to do. I agree with a lot of that, I would say. It's one of the greatest victory lap songs ever made. It does feel incredibly earned from just kind of what he went through and how he got to where he was. Everything sounds grand and celebratory. Nas has an incredible feature too. Always good to hear from that guy. Makes you feel like you've accomplished something even though I'm not involved in the song. I'm going to go behind Michael Jackson on the board. Ripped on Kiwi says Mr. Blue Sky by Electric Light Orchestra. Really gives me the vibe of a nice summer morning. This is one of the textbook answers here, I would say. Every instrument is bursting with energy, though I understand why people love this song so much. Sounds like sunshine to me. In audio form, does that make sense? Impossible to have a bad day while it's playing? I don't know, maybe you could pull it off. Just pure happiness, I think. Smiling through it all, behind Fishman's. Mysto's dad says, You think I ain't worth $1, but I feel like a millionaire. Queens of the Stone Age. It's impossible to be sad while listening to this song. Just ignore the interlude at the start. It starts with one of the coolest openings ever, I think. I kind of like the interlude. Absolutely relentless energy once it gets going as well. Josh Homme sounds like he's just having a fucking good time. Very high energy, makes you feel almost invincible. And adrenaline rush, I think, is the best way to describe this song. But how happy am I? I'm going to go vibes are high behind Geese, I think. That's all I have written here. Thank you very much for watching. Subscribe if you smiled at any point in the last 20 minutes, and I hope to see you in the next one. Peace.